Why did I make the move from EXP to LPT? Now, today I'm going to dive into that because it's been buzzing and I want to make sure everyone clearly understands why I made that move. Now, it wasn't a decision that I took lightly, but after careful consideration, a lot of conversations, there were several factors that led me to believe that LPT is truly the brokerage that puts agents' interests first and could be my brokerage for life. So stick around while I break that down for you. The first and probably most important reason that I made the move to LPT is that it's the most agent-centric approach to real estate that I've seen in quite some time. LPT Realty has shattered the traditional brokerage model by eliminating startup fees and monthly charges. And I say shattered, the reality is there's some places that also don't have a startup fee and monthly charges. But when you consider the value that you get from them, it really is a crazy kind of equation in terms of the stuff that they give you for marketing. So it gives agents the power to choose their compensation plan, be it the flat fee, $500 per file capped at $5,000, or the revenue share partner capped at $15,000. This flexibility empowers the agents to align their business strategy with their business needs at the moment. Now let's talk about another key piece, what I think is a really big game changer. It's the marketing assistance. LPT Realty understands that in today's competitive real estate landscape, having a robust marketing support structure is crucial. Now, their emphasis on providing marketing tools, especially for winning more listings, is unparalleled. And for me as an agent and all of the agents that I work with, this is a key factor that sets LPT apart, because right now it's even more important than it's ever been, and it's always been important. It's even more important than it's ever been to focus on being a listing-based agent. And so the fact that they're providing marketing tools at the highest possible level, specifically designed to help you win more listings, sell your listings faster, and use those listings to get even more listings, that's critical. The next big win, I think, is the attainability of revenue share. LPT's structure makes it easier for the average agent to participate in revenue share, contributing to the broker's growth and creating more income opportunities for agents. Because at EXP, that wasn't really a thing. You don't know any people on teams or any people that are focused on building their real estate business besides like team leaders that are actually catching any revenue share upside. Like, it's not serious for anybody else because you have those qualifications that make it pretty bothersome or pretty challenging to get your revenue share growing. And so LPT went ahead and changed that structure, and there's more on that in another video, but they changed that structure to make it much more attainable for the average agent, including agents on teams. So this is a substantial benefit, especially for those looking to build passive income streams while they're building their real estate business. It being available at EXP, that's a great thing. It being attainable at LPT is a game changer. Now let's talk strategy, specifically being pre-IPO, right? Meaning not being on the stock market yet as a publicly traded company. That actually gives LPT Realty a distinct advantage over the others that are not, especially EXP, because they can actually make decisions that prioritize what's right for the agents without having the influence of shareholders and the overall stock market, right? So this forward-thinking approach allows them to build in systems and structure to really focus on long-term agent success rather than the short-term market fluctuations. There's been a lot of those lately. So LPT is positioned correctly in my eyes. Now, that's really great for individual agents across the board and team leaders. Now, specifically for team leaders out there, LPT's model simplifies a lot of the sponsorship issues, a lot of the recruiting issues, a lot of the retention issues that you experience at an EXP. So one, dual sponsorship creates a scenario where sponsorship in general is no longer a battleground, right? And agents wondering, okay, well, who should I choose as my sponsor? I don't want to let this person down. I don't want to make this person upset. And now two people that would otherwise not be in conflict are now in conflict because they're both trying to sponsor this one individual and influence them over to their group or their downline. Doesn't exist when you have dual sponsorship because they get the opportunity to choose both. And actually turning two people that would normally have conflict at an EXP model, they actually become collaborative inside the world of LPT. In addition to that, when agents leave your team at EXP, especially if you're a mega agent icon team, when agents leave your team, their cap goes from $4,000 to $16,000 and quadruples overnight as soon as they leave the team. And so one of the things that made me go to EXP, and it was a great model at the time, was, well, people are going to leave teams and we're tired of that. We don't really like it. We're not big fans of people leaving our team and just going off and doing all this because we invested a lot of time and energy in training that person, giving them leads, a lot of support, and then they leave. And I don't think there's anything wrong with them making the decision to leave. So what I thought EXP would solve for was, hey, well, you're leaving, but at least you'll stay part of the EXP group and we can participate as partners through the revenue share program. The challenge is, like I said, oftentimes their cap doubles or even quadruples overnight. And so in theory, it made sense, but in practice, most agents go $85 a month. Most agents go $85 a month. My cap just quadrupled. Let me see what other options are out there. And they oftentimes leave. And if you've ever run a team at EXP or you've had people in your revenue share group that have left the team at EXP, you would know this. Rarely do they actually stay at EXP. Whereas at LPT, because they're on the business builder plan most likely, that means when they leave, they've probably already capped at the 5K cap at LPT. And their cap doesn't jump up overnight, so they're fully capped, there's no monthly fees, and so it just makes it that much more attractive and sticky for them to stay inside the brokerage, even if they do leave your team. I think that's really huge because retention is always a big key component, because think about how much time and energy we invested just to get those people onto the team, train them up, and get them productive. That's an important thing. And this creates a more stable and favorable environment for team leaders and the agents that are on the team. So in conclusion, my move to LPT wasn't just about like change for the sake of change. That's not something I'm big on. It was about choosing a brokerage that had studied the market meticulously for 4 years before even launching. The evidence is clear. LPT has grown to over 7,000 agents in just 20 months, and the momentum is incredible. And that's because they didn't just take the EXP model and go, oh, what are the 2 or 3 little tweaks I can make to make it a baby EXP, right? There's companies out there that have done that, and I don't hate on them. I think that's fine. What LPT did is said, I'm going to take the best of what EXP has to offer, the best of some other opportunities, and then also bring a whole entire new dynamic, which is the marketing tools and really helping focus on agents and making RevShare more attainable, as opposed to making it better for team leaders. Because that's what a lot of people did when they went and ripped off the EXP model, said, well, how can we get more money into the pockets of team leaders? Whereas LPT took a different approach and said, how can we have more agents be more productive and make more money and make the things that were only available for these big team leaders available to the masses? And so that's where I think LPT is really different, is by they studied the model, but didn't just make these little, I guess, lipstick tweaks, right? They made some real fundamental changes as to how real estate works. And I think models in the future will actually look to LPT as an example. So whether you're an individual agent, a team leader, or someone even eyeing revenue share, LPT's model really makes sense and aligns with the future of real estate, because agents are voting. They're already moving there in droves. If you're watching this video, chances are it's because you heard about LPT from somebody. So thanks for joining me today in this. And if you do have questions, make sure you check out the link below, and you can actually book one-on-one time with me and maybe even one of my partners to figure out what it might look like to move your business over to LPT and take advantage of all the opportunity that exists.